Our next method on how to solve a system of equations is elimination. Okay? Now the first one had a letter by itself. When you have these, you don't have a letter by itself. So this is how you solve by substitution of elimination. First of all, if there's a letter by itself, it's always a 1. So this is what we're going to look at. Which numbers can multiply to give us another number? For example, can 1 multiply to give us 2, or 2 multiply to give us 1? Or can 3 multiply to give us 4, or 4 multiply to give us 3? Well, we know that 1 times 2 gives us 2. Okay, so that's our first step. So we know that that works. Our next, so that's step 1. Choose a variable to eliminate. Okay? Choose a variable, eliminate. I'm going to choose the x's. That's wise because I can take this 1 and multiply it by 2. Step 2. Multiply the equations by a number in order to get a plus and minus of the same number. Okay? What that means is that you'll notice that both this 1x and this 2x are positive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this top equation by negative 2. Okay, so I'm going to multiply this top equation by negative 2. What that's going to do is make this a negative 2 and this a positive 2. And that will help us eliminate. So I'm going to rewrite this as 2 times that. So it'll be negative 2x minus 6y equals negative 16. Now this one, we didn't have to do anything to because it's already a 2. So we just can write it as 2x minus 4y equals negative 4. Now, our next step, step 3. Combine equations and solve. This is what I mean by combining equations. You'll notice these two, what they do is they eliminate from each other. Because negative 2 and a positive 2 makes 0. This negative 6 and this negative 4, it's like owing one friend $6, another friend $4. In total, you owe your friends $10. Same thing over here. You owe one friend 16 and another friend 4. Together you owe them $20. That means to combine. And now to solve, we just have to get y by itself. So you divide by negative 10 and y, or negative 10, and you get y equals 2. Okay, and then there's a step 4. Step 4 is to go back, take this y, and plug it back in up here. So that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it up here. So I'm going to put step 4 up here. I know it's out of order. Plug in. Okay, so I'm going to take this 2 and I'm going to replace this y with a 2. So it's become 1x again plus 3 times 2 equals 8. And then from here I just solve. I get 1x plus 6 equals 8. Subtract 6. X just gives you 2. Yeah, x gives you 2. So you know y is 2 and you know x is 2. Let's try this again. So we want to look at this. Let's first figure out what letter we're going to eliminate. I can't take 3 and multiply to get it 2. And I can't take 2 and multiply to get it to 3. Okay, so let's go into the next one. Can I take 2 to multiply to 4? Yes. Now let's check. Is there one negative, one positive? Yes, so I'm not going to do any negative numbers this time. So we're going to always multiply the smaller equation, or with a smaller number, this 2. Okay, we're not going to multiply this one. It's the smaller one we multiply. So to get to 4, I have to multiply this 2 by 2. So I'm going to multiply it by 2. Okay. Then multiplies all three numbers here. So it becomes 6x minus 4y equals 18. This guy right here, he did change, so we're just going to rewrite him. 2x plus 4y equals 2. Let's combine like terms. You have $6 in your hand. You owe your friend $2. So it's 6 minus 2. You have $4 left over. These two things, they cross out. And this 18 and this 2 becomes 20. So you divide by 4. Divide by 4. X gives you 5. Our last step is to go back to the beginning. Just plug it into either one of these. You know what? I'm just going to plug it into this one. Okay? So it's going to become negative 2 times 5 plus 4y equals 2. Or negative 2 times 5 is negative 10 plus 4y equals 2. Solve. 4y equals 12. Divide by 4. Y gives me 3. Okay, so x is 5, y is 3. If you understand this, go into the 2U tries. If not, pay attention as I go over them and then see if you can try them on the worksheet. Okay, remember this 1 in front of this y. Can I take 2 multiply by 3? No. Can I take 3 to multiply by 2? Nope. Can I take 1 to multiply by 2? Yes, I can. So I can take 1 to multiply to 2. Is 1 positive, 1 negative? Yep. I'm not going to deal with any negative numbers. So we're doing the y's. To get to 2, I have to take 1 times 2 to get to 2, so I have to multiply this thing by 2. Becomes 4x plus 2y equals 20. And then the bottom part doesn't change. Everything combines downwards. 3 and 7, or 4 makes 7x. 20 and 8 makes 28. You get x equals 4. And go back, plug it in. Becomes 2 times 4. So that's what we're doing. We're replacing the x with 4 since that's what x equals. Plus y equals 10. 8 plus y equals 10. You subtract 8. Y equals 2. Okay? Next problem. Alright. This one can go either way. We could actually take 4 and multiply it by 8, or 3 and multiply it to 6. Since I already have a negative and a positive of the y's, this is easier to do than this one, which are both positive. Because then I don't have to deal with the negative. Now this one right here, I'm going to multiply by 2 to get to a negative 6, which is the opposite. So multiply that by 2. When I do that, I'm going to get 8x minus 6y equals negative 4. Bottom doesn't change. 8x plus 6y equals 20. Combine everything together. 16x equals 16. Divide by 16. Divide by 16. X gives you 1. Now, once you've done that, Go back, plug it in. For x, it becomes 4 times 1 minus 3y equals negative 2. Or 4 minus 3y equals negative 2. Solve. Negative 4 minus 4. Negative 3y equals negative 6. Divided by negative 3. Y gives you 2. Okay, so I want you to cross out this word problem because we're not going to do it. Now, special problems. Let me show you something. Okay, so this is the substitution again. So I have x by itself. That means I can substitute 3y plus 2 in for this x down here. So it becomes a negative sign. 3y plus 2 plus 3y equals negative 2. What this little sign means is negative sign. It means a negative 1. So remember, if there's not a number there, it's probably going to be 1. So 1 or 0 usually, but in this case it's 1. So I'm going to multiply negative 1 times this, so it'll be negative 3y. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. Plus 3y equals negative 2. Let's combine like terms. These two, what they'll end up doing is canceling each other out, leaving just a negative 2 equals negative 2. Notice we eliminated all of the variables, but we just have numbers left over. 2 does equal 2. What that means is that the answer is all real numbers. All real numbers. In the graph sense, that means that the two lines are just right on top of each other. Now let's try this one over here. Okay, 4 can multiply to 8. Neither of them are negative, so I'm going to have to multiply this by 2 to get to 8, but not just a 2, but a negative 2 in order for it to work. So, I'm going to multiply by negative 2. It's going to give me negative 8x minus 2y equals negative 16. This one didn't change, so it's 8x plus 2y equals 9. This is elimination, so we're going to have to combine downwards. This crosses out, which makes 0 equal. And then finally, negative 16 and 9, it makes negative 7. Now, when we don't have any variables, and you have a number equals another number, that means that there is no solution. Meaning the lines are parallel. They never touch. So try the ones in your worksheet for elimination. Let me know if you need help with anything.